Hi, I'm Wisconsin Insurance Commissioner Mark Afable, and I've spent most of my career in the insurance industry, and I've had the opportunity to work in a lot of different areas of insurance, claims, sales and service, compliance, and legal. And I can tell you it's been challenging, rewarding, and even fun. And our industry is incredibly important in Wisconsin. So I'm here today with Senator Mary Felzkowski to talk about her passion for working in insurance. Senator Felzkowski currently chairs the Senate Committee on Insurance and has over 30 years of experience in insurance. Senator, thanks for being here today.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, let's get started. Can you tell us how you first got involved in insurance?
Absolutely. You know, my father had an insurance agency, so I started helping out in that agency when I was very young, probably in middle school. You know, I got to do the filing. I got to do all those, petty little things that, kind of were like the extra things. And as time went on, I got into rating insurance and other things. Well, then I went off to college, came back, and I actually worked in the agency as a salesperson, as customer service. And eventually I ended up buying the insurance agency. So that was kind of how I got my start. But I think the biggest thing that I would like to talk about when it comes to that is insurance diversity. Even though you may sell a home policy, you may sell an auto policy or a life policy, or even on the commercial side, no two policies are the same. Everybody, they have an individual home, they have different circumstances, financial circumstances. So it's always a challenge, and you're like building a puzzle. You're always solving an issue. So the challenge is there. So it doesn't become redundant and it doesn't become boring. And I think that was one of the things that really intrigued me, even as a young person, observing my dad and the agents in his agency, that it was always a challenging set of circumstances. And it wasn't the same old every time.
Sounds like you'd really like the problem solving part of the business.
I do. And you know what I've always said to young people is you are not selling insurance. You are protecting people's assets, usually their largest assets, which is their earning capacity, their life, or most people's largest investment, their home. If I do my job right and they have a tragedy, they'll be made whole. So we are in the asset protection business.
That's great. So what's the most fulfilling part about working in insurance?
Again, I think it's I will say this. So now I'm in the legislature, right? And I'm dealing with all certain things. Like today, I dealt with everything from private on-site wastewater treatment to fertilizer sales to marketing to all these different things. So working in insurance, I do mostly commercial insurance now. I started out doing a lot of the personal line side. You get to learn about hundreds of different businesses, whether it's resorts, restaurants, taverns, the inner workings, construction companies, and all the different companies that are out there. So when I came to the legislature, I had all this knowledge, not an expert in any, but I had little bits of knowledge on farms. I had knowledge on construction. I had knowledge on manufacturing, all the different businesses that I work with. So as an insurance agent, again, you get to learn about all different businesses. So it's never the same old same. And I think it's an exciting profession. Then you get into things as we've, became more of an internet-based or online cyber liability, different kinds of hold harmless clauses. You work with legal teams, you work with accounting teams. So you're always being challenged to learn about new industries and to learn about new segments of our society.
It's really a continuous learning business, isn't it?
It is. And there's diversity. So as a young mom, I was married, I had a couple children. Sometimes I didn't come into the office till noon, and then I would stay late, and I might be meeting with businesses that are open in the evening hours. So there was a lot of flexibility around the insurance sales aspect of it. Sometimes I had to be up and out at a manufacturing or at a construction site at 6 o'clock in the morning, because that's what time they started and that's what time the inspections were happening. So it really gave me a lot of flexibility in my day. I could work from home because I could do a lot of my rating and quoting online. I could work from, go on vacation and I could still be working and staying on top of things. So it's a very interesting, interesting industry, but it's also a very flexible industry for someone who might be a parent or working, in different areas.
It's really, really good to hear. For young people considering an insurance career, how can they get started?
Couple of different ways. So let's say that you want to be on the agency side. What I would always encourage young people to do is, put a resume into an agency and you can intern. Or maybe before you even do that, if you're interested in knowing I've had a lot of young people shadow me for a day, go along on, and I would say clients always liked it. They like to see the young people interested in the industry. So it was never a problem with my clients. They may just shadow me for a day, or they would work in the agency. And we always tried to have them do things that weren't just mundane. So not just a lot of the, day-to-day stuff, but try to get them into the rating and the quoting and the different types of software. So that would be the first place to start. Now, if you want to work more on the company side, and there's so many opportunities, if you are a numbers geek, you can get into the actuarial science on that, which is a great paying job. If you want to be more out and about, you get into the risk management where you're out there doing inspections, you're traveling all day. There's claims inside the house on claims where you can do work comp claims, and you can do more of the legal type of claims. Or you get out there and you do inspections, you're on the road all day, you're out and about, you're not sitting behind a desk. You can be doing claims around property claims or even automobile claims where you're out and about. For a lot of people, again, it's the diverse time limits that you're out and about. So it's not that sitting behind a desk. In that case, there's interning in agencies, or there's also interning with companies. I know for a fact, I'll just use one example, company I'm very familiar with, West Bend Mutual. They hire a lot of college students as interns in the summer, and that's how they build their workforce. And we're very fortunate in this state because we have over 280 domiciled companies. So there's a lot of opportunity for young people to work inside those companies and kind of get a flair in the different areas of what they might be interested in.
Lots of different opportunities out there, that's for sure. Well, Senator, thank you for joining me today and sharing your insight. We really appreciate that. And if you're interested in learning more about an insurance career, you can visit insurancecareerstrifecta.org.
Great, and thank you for having me.